and welcome to Scooped, the ice cream review podcast where we try all the cone creations, signature slushes, and frozen foods on the East Coast to give you the ultimate scoop. My name is Holly Hagman, and with me as always is my co-host, husband, and ice cream connoisseur, Paul Percivali. Paul, do you know what a deer's favorite ice cream flavor is?
A deer's favorite ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason I feel like it's going to be something dough related.
Oh, you're onto it.
Is it cookie dough?
High five! Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You did it. You got one.
Excellent.
I'm so proud of you. Yes.
I did it.
Cookie dough. Ha ha ha. It only took 33 episodes for you to guess the pun correctly.
I'm pretty sure I must have gotten at least one right so far.
You've gotten it partially, but this is like the first fully right one.
Yeah.
So, yay!
I'm proud of me.
A historic moment in Scoop podcast history.
Yes. Probably never going to happen again.
Yeah, you never know. But in our last episode, we reviewed Ice Cream Monster, which we placed at the S tier level. Well deserved.
Yes.
And for this episode, we are reviewing a gourmet Italian ice chain that we tried to review before, and then they closed for a month for no apparent reason. Uncle Luigi's, or perhaps Uncle Luigi's, but we don't know the exact pronunciation. The spelling indicates Louie space G.
And that's the way that I say it, because I'm going to go with the grammatically precise choice.
And I feel like it's supposed to be a play on Uncle Luigi, you know, like
it's definitely supposed to be, but I'm going to call it Luigi's.
That's fair. So, as per usual, we'd love to hear a lot about the background and history of Uncle Luigi's.
If nothing else, I feel like that our podcast is like a really useful font of fount? What am I talking about?
What are you talking about? Fountain?
Yeah, like a fountain of information, like a font of, or a fount of knowledge when it comes to like the history of all these ice cream places.
Yes, I think the phrase is just fountain of knowledge.
Okay, I thought you could abbreviate it. Anyway.
Can you? I guess we can start it here, if not.
Cool. Yeah. I think our podcast is a great font of historical information when it comes to ice cream around the world.
I would agree with that, because boy oh boy have I learned some stuff along the way, and I am excited to share it with you. Or rather, in this case, Paul is excited to share it with you. So Paul, why don't you tell us about Uncle Luigi's?
Oh boy, that's a long list.
I know, it's a story.
All right. From the About Us section on their website, think back to 1959 in Brooklyn, New York. I was not alive.
Well, you have to try.
Okay. Flashbacking. All right, I'll lead you guys into this. Close your eyes and just for a minute and imagine yourself in the old neighborhood. It's summertime and the temperatures are soaring. Someone has opened the hydrant, and all the kids from within 3 blocks radius are all running around to get their turn in the cool streams of water and wasting all that water, sending us
That's not what it says.
All right.
Stick to the script, Paul.
Fine. I feel like I'm the only one who cares about global warming, but okay. From stickball on the street to sitting on the stoop, out of all the memories, the one treat, the treat of all treats, the taste that made summer what it was, and all its sweet goodness was Italian ices. Remember when that's all it took to make everything okay in the world, despite the heat? Because of its global warming, but whatever. Even back then, Luigi's was looking for it. His search for... Okay, so it was a dude.
Yes, Luigi. Of Uncle Luigi's.
Yes. Or his name was just Louie. And his last name was G, but as we said. His search for tasty perfection had already begun. It wasn't long before Luigi started making his own Italian ices and ice creams, leaving those stickball games just a little earlier so that he could meet the gang back at the stoop with his latest creation. So, are we expected to believe it was a kid making this ice cream?
Look, this is the origin. I don't ask the questions. I just borrow from the website and share it with you.
All right, I'm just saying I'm starting to get vibes like we did from Gabriel's Fountain, but all right. All right. The crowds grew and grew, but no matter how many people showed up on those warm summer nights, Luigi always had a taste for everyone. As the years passed, the old gang continued to gather around Luigi's stoop, and young Luigi became known as Uncle Luigi. You see, as word spread about Luigi and his homemade Italian ices and ice creams, visiting Luigi became a part of the summer day, and he became part of Brooklyn's family. In time, the neighborhood kids took to calling him Uncle Luigi as a sign of respect and affection. And as those kids grew and had kids of their own, well, it wasn't long before he was all of Brooklyn's Uncle Luigi. As demand for his Italian ices and ice cream grew, Luigi's decided to open a scoop shop to accommodate the throngs of people clamoring for a taste of his treats. And to this day, he'll gladly give a free taste of flavor just as long as you're smiling. Apparently, it's 3 at a max. But...
Yeah, I was gonna say, we saw a sign there that said, like, maximum of 3 samples, but, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, we're not even done yet, folks, so...
this is, like, halfway through the tale. It's so long.
Let's see.
I
wanted to start my own Italian ices and ice cream business several times, but always hesitated. I thought I'll never taste as good as the idea. Then I remembered that feeling I had as a boy in Brooklyn. The close-knit community, friends, family, and fun. That's the feeling I want to share, along with my homemade gourmet ice creams and Italian ices. The best thing in life tastes great. Luigi learned this lesson, and his family, and by following it strictly and using family-proven recipes, the excellence of his ices and ice creams has been maintained over the years and endorsed by the establishment of over 45 franchises in 8 separate states. And, as the ever-growing number of highly satisfied customers and the continuing happy success of our franchises attests, there's no stopping a good and mouth-watering treat. But don't take our words for it. Visit any of the stores for a free taste and feel like a kid again. Move the cursor, honey. I can't read.
That's what it says.
Okay, cool.
Now, hold on. Hold on a hot second. Hold on a minute.
Am I not allowed to go over the locations while you hold on?
I mean, you can.
All right, I'm doing that.
Go
Finishing
ahead.
this up while you do your thing. All right, so found between 57 locations across 7 states, including New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, South Carolina, Florida, and Texas. Their current headquarters are in Staten Island, New York. All right. I'm retiring now.
You're retiring?
Yeah, I'm retiring. You're up, honey.
So according to their website, the current president and owner of the Uncle Luigi company is a woman, not our uncle at all. Oh, shocking, right?
Maybe it's Louise G.
Oh, no, her name is Melissa.
Oh, damn.
Apparently.
She should have changed her name. That should have been part of the deal to take over.
Melissa Aiello, and their director of operations is Ernie Aiello. So I'm assuming they took over, or they're somewhere down the line in the Uncle Luigi family.
Probably.
Because she certainly doesn't look old enough to have been a child in 1959. So I think we're generations in at this point. But either way, what do you make of the story, Paul?
I mean, it's not as far-fetched as I said before, Gabriel's Fountain. So I would, it sounds real enough.
I mean, I believe it, because there are plenty of other stories that we've read of people who started their ice cream projects when they were young, like young adults. The
Yes.
Dippin' Dots guy made his experiment in high school.
still wonder how true any of that was.
Why? What do you think?
I don't know. I just don't see, like, high schoolers getting access to liquid nitrogen and using it to make ice cream.
Hey, it was the past, you know? It's a different time.
I still don't. I'm having a hard time believing it still, honey.
I don't know. Anyway, so that's the Uncle Luigi's origin. Their current owners, I guess carry on the legacy. I don't know who Luigi was. I looked for information on him, and I could not really find anything but the name of the company and the franchise. So I'm wondering if, like, he was a real... it sounds like he was a real person, based on the narration, right? Because it says... there's, like, a quote in it that says, I always wanted to start, blah, 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 blah. So, it's gotta be from a person, right?
Maybe.
Right?
And hopefully
right?
hopefully his name is actually Louie.
Yes. That would make sense. Anywho. So, next up on the list, we're ready to talk about their signature dishes, and they have
Summer has truly come, even though it's not.
It's literally
it just became spring.
The first day of spring, and the motorcycle.
Wait, today is? I thought the first day of spring was the other day.
I said it was just the first day of spring.
Oh, got it.
Like recently. At the time of this recording, it was the first day of spring 2 days ago.
That's what I figured.
And we did not take advantage of any of the free ice cream promotions that were happening.
They're done?
Yeah, they were for the first day of spring.
Dang. What were we doing that day?
I don't know. Nothing.
So it was 2 days ago?
Yeah.
So Thursday. I guess we were just, slumping around like slugs.
Yeah, that's exactly what we were doing.
I was too tired.
Slugging. Thursday, I was really tired too. Thursday was an exhausting day, so I think both of us got home and didn't want to go back out.
Yeah, Thursday really sucked. Thursday was a rough day. So anyway.
That explains that. But hopefully you took advantage of Free Cone Day from Dairy Queen and the first day of spring Italian Ice promotion at Rita's. But if you didn't, then you're just the same as us little slugs that we are.
Yes, keep on slugging, folks.
Anyway, so signature dishes, I have a quote, again, from their website about the things they sell. There's nothing like an authentic Italian ice on a hot summer day. Uncle Luigi's has been a staple for quality Italian ices and cream ices. Our menu of flavors is always growing, so no matter what your taste is, you'll find something you love.
That's the truth.
That I believe. View our menu to see all Uncle Luigi's Italian ices and ice cream flavors, and learn more about our other specialty items, like milkshakes, Belgian waffle sundaes, and the chocolate lava explosion.
So, Belgian waffle sundaes.
Evidently,
they were offering that, right?
Evidently, that is a thing that we could have had.
Yeah, but I figured if we were going to go there the first time, we'd try, like, what they...
I mean,
the Italian
ice is like their thing, their main thing. So yes, I feel like that was what we should have tried, and that is what we did try.
And it was worth it.
And yes,
I had a good time.
Yes, it was very good. But yes, according to the menu board, which I have a photo of and will share, that is part of their stuff that they serve.
Yes.
So, in addition to those things, let's talk about their other signature dishes.
All right. So, as the name suggests, the fact that we've mentioned it so many times now, they are best known for their Italian ices. They have approximately 50 flavors, plus 3 sugar-free options. And, that is 100% true.
And, go ahead.
Sorry. Oh, I was just saying, they have a lot of flavors.
They have so many flavors, guys. It's, ridiculous. I thought, when I checked the website, right? Because I always look at the website. You know this. This is not surprising. And I scrolled for a long time, just looking at the flavor options, right?
Holy cow.
There's so many.
Is that all of them, or is that just the one on 516?
I think this is all of them. This is their corporate website.
They have a flavor just called blue?
Apparently.
I didn't see that that flavor. I would have bought a flavor called blue.
So this is what I'm saying. This is all of their options. And I thought that this was going to be like, oh yeah, they have this many that they rotate through, and there's probably like, 10 or 15 to choose from at the place. No, there were almost this many at the location.
Yeah, there was quite a bit.
Alarming how many there were. And there were some ice flavors that like you don't see a lot, including like vanilla chip Italian ice, rainbow cookie, like pina colada, and it had real chunks of coconut in it. Like there were a lot of
rainbow
things
cookie.
going on.
Yes.
Yeah. And if that weren't enough with the Italian ice options,
they also have ice cream, around 45 flavors. And again, we saw it. We can vouch for it. They have it. Ow. 2 NSA flavors?
No sugar added.
Oh, and 5 non-dairy vegan flavors. Yeah. Should we go over like that really cool drill thing that they had?
Well, I figured we'd talk about that when we talk about what we ordered.
Okay. Yeah.
Perhaps. Unless you want to talk about it here with the ice cream, because we can.
I guess it makes sense just because of what they do with it, because it makes it so that they have not only like hard ice cream available,
right,
but they also have soft ice cream available by use of their fancy big old ice cream drill.
Yeah, I have no idea what this machine is called. I've never seen it before in my life. It was just like a big swirly doodad thing.
You took a picture of it, right?
I took a picture. I took a video, and we might have to blur out the employee's face just because I don't want to like
get sued.
But the lettering on the machine just says SF, so I have no idea what kind of brand or anything that is. But you put the ice cream in the hole, and then she turns it on, and it spins it, and it turns whatever ice cream flavor you put in there into soft serve. And it comes out swirly, like soft serve. It was the coolest frickin' thing I have seen ever.
And we've never seen it anywhere before, and this is our 33rd episode.
Yeah, it was magical. I don't know where they got it. I don't know if they made, I don't know how. Hold on.
But it makes it so that they have, literally every flavor that they have as hard ice cream. They also have all those flavors technically as soft ice cream. Really cool. And also, along with that, they have sundaes. So by sundaes, I didn't really look at the menu so much just because I was immediately taken in by the choices and flavors. So did they have special sundaes, or did they just have you choose an ice cream, you get whipped cream, and then you get a cherry to go along with it, or a banana?
Well, I think they have that. You can obviously make your own, but they do have specialty sundaes. Again, if I pull up the board.
Oh, so you're looking for information on what was actually up there for it.
Mm-hmm. They have something called an old-fashioned sundae, which I imagine is ice cream with a cherry and whipped cream.
Okay.
They have something called the warm brownie sundae, which I imagine is the same thing, but with a warm brownie in it.
I would imagine.
And the Belgian waffle sundae,
yes,
which sounds like all of that stuff on a waffle. And, of course, your classic banana split.
Of course, because he's got to be in there.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm sure, again, it's an ice cream place. You can probably say, I'd like a sundae with pistachio ice cream, Oreo cookies, caramel sauce, and a cherry. That sounds disgusting, but I'm sure you could do it.
Yuck.
Those things don't go together.
No, that's
very well.
My blood sugar spiked and I only was thinking about it.
But I bet that you could do that. So apparently there are a variety of different machines that turn hard ice cream into soft ice cream.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to look at what they're called.
Well, in the meantime, I'll keep going over what they had available.
Sure.
All right. So they also had a variety of ice cream cakes. Did they? All these ice cream places are starting to like melt into one another in my mind. Did they have like a mini fridge or something, or like a refrigerator with these ice cream cakes in them? Because I don't remember them having one.
I'll be honest, I don't remember seeing one in there. I feel like I would have taken a photo of that, but
that's what I'm saying.
On the menu board, it does say homemade ice cream cakes.
So maybe they have
6
them like
6-inch, 8-inch, or 10-inch.
Maybe they have them in the back or something.
Yeah, maybe they're in the back. Maybe you have to like order them ahead or something.
Like have some customization thing going. And then also they had drinks. So that includes like milkshakes, ice floats, old-fashioned egg creams, and frozen hot chocolate. So yeah. All them liquidy ice cream, sugar drinks with freezing stuff. Yeah.
And what's on there?
Yeah, my brain's shutting down.
And something on their menu board that's not on my list is also slushies. I don't know if you...
They had slushies?
It says they have slushies. Your choice of any Italian ice flavor blended into a smooth, refreshing beverage.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm. Plus, if that wasn't enough, they also have blended iced coffee. In Java chip, caramel latte, and mocha flavors.
That sounds dangerous.
And, speaking of coffee, since they carry coffee in the house, you can get fancy espresso beverages, including General Espresso shots or an ice cream espresso hybrid called the Affogato. I don't know if we've mentioned this. I think we mentioned it, honestly, in our Baskin Robbins episode, because Duncan was doing, like, a thing, because Duncan and Baskin Robbins are, like, hybrid, you know?
Uh-huh.
But an affogato is vanilla ice cream topped with a shot of hot espresso. And then I guess the ice cream melts into the espresso and it turns into a, like, lovely little treat.
Yes.
So, that's kind of interesting.
All right. Anywho, the last thing on their list is something called the Big Train Blended Iced coffee.
I just talked about that.
Honey, I'm tired. I don't know what's going on.
What are you doing? And hey, surprise, guys, they have iced coffee.
I'm tired.
In case you didn't know that. Okay, so apparently this machine is just called an ice cream blender.
Cool.
For
all right.
the record.
Then you take over for a bit. I'm going to take a nap.
Oh my goodness. Well, this is the point in the podcast where we start talking about our stories anyway. Right, where we talk about our experience with Uncle Luigi's. And prior to the podcast, I'd never even heard of Uncle Luigi's. It wasn't on my radar. It hadn't registered with me in the past.
There used to be one that was around where I used to live, and I never even knew it existed.
Yeah. So it's very much flown under our radar.
Which is a shame, because it's good. And it's also the one that we went to. It's in a really bad position, because it's right across the street, literally across the street from a Carvel, and slightly down the road from a Rita's.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's like Ice Cream Alley over there.
Yeah, but personally speaking, I think it holds its own.
I do too.
I definitely think that it's better than the Rita's at the very least.
Well, we'll get to that in a minute. So let me explain where I'm coming from here. So even before we went to that one, we went to the I've technically eaten Uncle Luigi's Italian Ice twice.
Oh yeah, right.
So flashback real quick to our Pinkberry episode, thank you, where I did not order the frozen yogurt and I instead ordered Italian Ice that was also being sold at the Sugar Pop candy store.
Yeah, because you don't like yogurt or like tangy flavors.
Right, I don't like tart yogurt. So, because I don't like tart yogurt, I got the Italian Ice, and we talked about this in that episode, and now I can reveal that it was, in fact, Uncle Luigi's brand of Italian Ice that I tried from the Sugar Pop candy store.
I do think, though, that the actual ice cream itself tasted better when it came from Uncle Luigi's. Maybe it was just fresher.
Do you want to tell my story? Because that's exactly where I was going.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, no.
That's exactly where I was going with this. So, I have to tell you, the first time I tried Uncle Luigi's, I was not that impressed. So when we were at the Sugar Pop candy store, I got 2 scoops of Italian ice, and I tried 2 different flavors because I figured let me get some things I don't normally get. One of the things I was excited about was the peach Italian ice, because that's not a flavor I've seen too often. And I got pineapple Italian ice, and I got them together. I figured they'd be like a nice little tropical fresh thing.
We were right by the ocean, so it seemed like the right choice to make at the time.
Yes, it was very on brand in that sense.
Yes.
And while it looked very pretty, and the taste was good, like the flavor was good, the texture of this Italian ice was very much more like a snow cone.
Yeah, it tasted like it sat there for a while.
It was very hard. It was, texturally it was not my favorite. And I was like, I don't know, this place says it's got gourmet Italian ice. It's not living up to the hype, like in my head at the time. And I was
just chugging down on my yogurt.
On your yogurt, and you were having a good old time. I'm like, this is okay. I didn't even end up finishing my Italian ice. I don't know if I told you this.
Didn't I end up finishing it?
I don't know, did you?
I think I ended up eating it,
Maybe.
And then I had a sugar rush, and then I almost died on the car ride home.
Yeah, that sounds like you. That sounds familiar. So... So I was not particularly keen when we had to go back, or rather we went to the actual Uncle Luigi's this next time. And like Paul said, it's in a place on a highway where there's multiple ice cream places in the same radius.
Within easy walking distance. Like, as long as you don't mind walking across a highway.
Right. So I was like, surely this place is not gonna be that exciting.
We were wrong.
And I am so glad I was wrong, first of all, because we got gelatis. Now, you guys know probably from our Rita's episode that a gelati is Italian ice with soft serve ice cream, usually on the top, sometimes also on the bottom. It's layered with the Italian ice in some way,
yes.
Right? Oh, bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And, theirs was a little bit interesting because usually you put the soft serve on the top and on the bottom, but because of their fancy drill thing, they put the actual ice cream in the middle.
That's true. They did. It was ice cream, more ice. It was kind of like the reverse of what we usually see.
And it was kind of weird to me at first, but seeing how they got the soft serve, it made a lot of sense.
Yeah. Plus, it ended up being like a really good balance. So, with my first experience, the peach and the pineapple, like I said, flavors were good. The texture was not great. I was like, I don't know about trying these flavors again. So, when I got to the actual Uncle Luigi's, we were overloaded with flavor options. I went with my tried and true, my litmus test for every Italian ice that I have to know if it's available. If it's good, and if it's available. I always pick mango. Mango is my go-to.
Mango you do like.
So I got... Okay, Yoda.
Get back to what you were talking about.
It was funny. So I got the mango Italian ice with the vanilla soft serve ice cream in the middle. And not only did I put all of the gelati in my mouth, but I put my foot in my mouth too, because I stood corrected from my previous experience and thoughts on Uncle Luigi's. It was so good, and it was absolutely massive, the amount of ice cream they gave us.
Yeah.
These cups were humongous. Like,
they were loaded.
Imagine, if you will, this is for the coffee drinkers out there, a medium Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee.
But
was the size of the cup. But it was ice cream. So that's, what is that? Approximately 20 ounces, 16 to 20 ounces of ice cream.
It was a lot.
It's a lot.
And it was too much for you.
It was too much for me. I did not finish mine. I was struggling. And I have to tell you, I think the freshness of the Italian ice was a little bit painful in certain parts, because I kept getting brain freeze, and I don't usually brain freeze myself. I'm pretty good about that.
Surprisingly, I never did.
But it was just the amount and how cold it was, and I just kept I could not recover from it. I would like take a bite and go, ow, and then I would be like, okay.
I felt
and I'd
like
take
my
a bite and go, ow.
It was so cold and icy. I felt like my tongue was scratched up, even though it wasn't.
But it was like so worth it, guys.
Yeah, it was really good.
I definitely want to go back and try more of their wild flavors.
Me too.
Now that I know that the mango was good, I kind of want to try new stuff.
Same. I want to try whatever that green stuff was. One was kiwi, and I don't remember what the other one was.
I think you tried a lime from a samples while we were there.
The lime was pretty good.
I tried the pina colada sample, and it was tasty, but it had real coconut in it, and I don't like the texture of coconut unless it's toasted, so that's a me problem. But if you like coconut, try the pina colada flavor. It was delicious.
All right. You done with your experience?
I think so. But yeah, I really want to go back, and I apologize to the Uncle Luigi company for my hasty...
For your thoughts?
My hasty judgment.
We don't live in a dystopian society, honey. As long as you don't say your thoughts, you don't have to apologize for them.
Oh, well, I'm going to anyway, because I was wrong, and I think it's important to own when you're wrong.
You're a good man, Holly Hagman.
Thank you.
Anywho, my choice, I went with, because I've never heard of such a thing.
Nope.
They had rainbow cookie Italian ice. Like, what the hell? I love rainbow cookies. So, that was like the easy choice. I think I immediately knew what I was getting, and it took you a little bit of time. So, and for my, I got a gelati also, just like Holly. And I got vanilla in mine. But after we thought about it for a while, we realized, like, yeah, we could probably get any ice cream that we want as the soft serve in this. All we had to do is choose one. And I don't think that comprehended to us at the time until we saw, like, the ice cream drill going.
Yeah, like, we didn't do the math prior to ordering, and then we were like, hey, I bet you could make any combination, really, if you wanted. What
you should do, like, if you're into it, next time, did they have, like, dark chocolate Italian ice or anything like that?
They did have some weird chocolate Italian ice. They had chocolate peanut butter cup ice.
I was gonna say, why don't, I bet you they have some peanut butter ice cream. You could put that in the middle of it. Put the peanut butter ice cream in the middle, and then put dark chocolate on the top and the bottom.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so that would be cool for you.
So we're gonna go back today, right?
No.
Oh.
Maybe.
Maybe. Anyway, so talk about the rainbow cookie.
That was rainbow cookie, bro. It was good. There was legitimate rainbow cookies in there, like you would hope for. And it just tasted like someone took rainbow cookies, mashed them all up, and threw them into Italian ice. Like, I don't know what else to say. It was excellent.
It was a color I wouldn't expect.
It was a little weird. It kind of reminded me of, like, in my brain, what was it, like yellowish? Like cannoli colored? Oh, yeah, there. But it was delicious. And I ate the whole thing. Because we were not going home right away. So, and we were going to Barnes and Noble's afterwards. So there was no waiting around. Like, I needed to finish it then and there, and I did it. It was hard, but I did it, and it was, it wasn't bad or anything, so I enjoyed it, but also, yeah, big thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say to that. I mean, it was really, really good. And I mean, I hope that they continue to get business because the parking lot in that place
was ridiculous.
Absolute nightmare.
They live, yeah, I was going to say they live
they
next
live.
Yeah, they are set right next to a extremely popular pizza place called Crispy Pizza. And anyone in the Old Bridge area, especially, I'm sure, knows Crispy Pizza. I'm assuming just based on, like, the absurd amount of people that were in that building.
Everyone in the Old Bridge area was at Crispy Pizza the day we went.
And if they weren't in there, they were just coming in to pick up their pizza and going. I feel bad for anyone who has to, like, pick up, like can you imagine being a DoorDash person for there?
No. Where do you park? There were people parked not in parking spots.
Yeah, there were people parked illegally nearby us.
To try and get, just try and run in and grab a thing and come back. And we went to our car, right? Because there was seating in the restaurant. Well, I guess it's a restaurant. I don't know. Uncle Luigi's had
chairs and stools.
It had a really cute little inside part. There was a cute little seating area. There were these neon signs. One was like, ice cream solves everything. I'm like, I need that for my house.
There was a Superman statue. And
yeah,
then there were
he was scary, though.
Then there was some Legos around and some Pokemon stuff. Like,
yeah,
they definitely made
like
it
a fun atmosphere, for sure.
Yeah.
However, right after we came in, so did a couple of families with small children. It was a little crowded and a little loud. So
they stunk of pizza. We could definitely tell that's where they came from.
I mean, is that your theory?
Yes.
Oh,
I think that they just got out of Crispy and then they were like, Mommy, I want some ice cream. So they were like, fine, just leave me alone. I'll get you the ice cream. Then you leave me alone for the rest of the day so I can go on my iPad.
And that's exactly what we overheard. No, it's not. But we think that probably happens a lot, right? People come out of the pizza place and go, you know what would be nice now? Some ice cream. And you hop next door and you get a little thing. So, but it was really crowded in the overall area. And then the ice cream place got a little loud. So we were like, let's go eat in the car. So we walked back out to the car. And right after we got in the car, a person pulled up behind us and was like, are you guys leaving? Can I have your spot? And we were like,
no, F off.
Well, that's not what we said at all, but
yeah, we didn't tell him to F off.
No, we said no, we're not leaving yet. Sorry, and then he drove away.
And he flipped us off and then drove away.
Drove away in a huff. No, he was nice about it.
Yeah.
So, but that was it was weird. We had a very busy parking weekend. Weekend that happened to us at the mall too.
Yeah, it was a very busy weekend. Wait, was that the and then we went the next day to the other Barnes and Nobles?
Yeah.
We were on at we went to 3 Barnes and Nobles within 24 hours, I think.
We did. We went to all the Barnes and Nobles in the land.
Yeah, and then I figured out, all right, this is not worth my time. I'm going to just order the books I want from them.
True.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I still think we had fun.
I had fun. I mean, by the next day, I was like, I was ice cream highed out of my brain.
We had Sugar Rush and Book Rush at the same time.
There's so much sugar and so much rush.
And that was also funny because you read my mind about what I wanted to eat for dinner.
Yes.
That day.
I mean, Bubba Coos is one of the top options.
I mean, it's always Tex-Mex. It's really not that hard to guess. It's Tex-Mex or sushi.
At least you finally found a Tex-Mex place that I actually like.
That you like too, that has stuff you can eat. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
It's a good compromise.
Yes.
But this is not a Tex-Mex podcast, although if we're going to start one, I think we should.
I don't think there are enough places, personally.
Oh, I'll find them. So, but anywho, this is an ice cream podcast, and in this episode, we're talking about Uncle Luigi's, and Uncle Luigi's, I think, rates pretty highly on the list. So why don't we take a look
at the list? At
the current list.
Do you have it ready to go?
I am pulling it up.
All right. Well, the way that we usually do these things is that we usually the way that my brain breaks it up is that there are certain ice cream places that deal in the same kinds of stuff, and some of them deserve their spots more than others. So, Like, let's say, for example, we have frozen flavors in the S tier. And then we also have Strollo's Lighthouse in the A tier. That is the... So frozen flavors is the S tier Italian ice place, and Strollo's would be the A tier, just like Ralph's is the B tier and Rita's is the C tier. And now we have to figure out, like, where exactly this one goes.
Okay. So why don't we go over the whole tier list?
All right. I'll start off this time.
Go ahead.
So in the S tier, we have Allstead Farms, Frozen Flavors, Ice Cream Monster. Oh, and this is in order, by the way. Milkcraft, Surreal Creamery, Ryan's Homemade Ice Cream, Mystic Drawbridge, Friendlies, and The Baked Bear.
In the A tier, we have Nicholas Creamery, Gabriel's Fountain, Strollo's Lighthouse, Sweet Ice Creamery, Sunday Afternoon, Sundays, Carvel, Coney Waffle, Smoothie King, and the Frozen Yo Cafe.
In the start there, you were channeling some Akane Sonayama energy. Ralph's Famous Italian... Oh, in the B tier, we have Ralph's Famous Italian Ice, Baskin Robbins, Pinkberry, Haagen-Dazs, and Jersey Freeze.
In the C tier, we have Rita's, Crazy's, Cold Stone, Shake Shack, Dairy Queen, and Sonic.
And in the D tier, we have Magnificos and Mini Melts.
All right.
So now it's a matter of figuring out which tier to start with that we feel like it deserves to go in.
Well, I think...
And we were talking about this a little bit in the car, but we had different opinions on it, right?
Yeah, I mean, because I guess... I don't know. I feel like it's definitely better than Rita's.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
So we're going to do a bump above Rita's.
And I personally think it's better than Ralph's. What do you think about that?
I could agree with that. It had more options than Ralph's. And I think texture-wise, it was very similar. So yeah, I would agree. We can say it's better than Ralph's.
I think that it's somewhere around Strollo's Lighthouse. Personally, I think it's an A-tier place. What do you think?
I can agree that it belongs on the A tier.
But it's just where?
I don't think it's quite as good Italian ice as Strollo's. But
you're talking about the texture.
Right.
I think that the fact that it has more flavors and more options makes it better. I value options, and you value the texture.
Mm-hmm.
So then it makes it so then now it's between like that. So I guess we could take a look at the stuff around it first and see, like, go from there. So, how does it compare to Nicholas Creamery? Do you like Nicholas Creamery more?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not going above Strollo's.
Okay, so
I'm sorry, it's not.
All right.
I could see it going next to Strollo's, but it's not. I don't think it's that high up on the A tier.
All right, so for the sake of things, let's compare it to Sweet Ice Creamery.
Okay.
How do you feel about this place compared to the Sweet Ice Creamery?
I mean, I don't know. I think Sweet Ice Creamery was kind of like a hidden gem, right? And they have a lot of unique flavors that were very tasty. They had, the ice cream. They had the acai bowls. They had smoothies.
They had a lot of really nice options now, I'm remembering.
And it was a really cute place. Now, similarly, Uncle Luigi's has a lot of flavors that are unique. They have slushies, which are not quite smoothies, but similar. They have coffee, which is a point in my category. And they had a cute little place to hang out. So it's very even.
I think Uncle Luigi's is better than Sunday Afternoon.
Really? You really liked Sunday Afternoon.
Oh, that was the place in that was the place in Connecticut. Sundays. This does make it more difficult. I think I actually got Sunday afternoon and Sundays mixed up in my brain.
Well, it also doesn't help that we put them right next to each other on the list.
Sundays is the one in Matawan, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's definitely better than that place.
Okay. Fair.
Okay, so Sunday afternoon. So I feel like it has to go somewhere between Strollo's Lighthouse and Sunday afternoon, with Sweet Ice Creamery in the middle. So I feel like it's going to be on the left or the right of Sweet Ice Creamery.
Okay.
So then it's just a matter of which one.
What's your instinct telling you to do?
My instinct is telling me to put it right after Strollo's. Like right there next to it. The reason being, options, man. But you don't agree?
I don't know.
How many places have you been to that you had, like, so many options for soft serve ice cream? That's unique.
I hear you. It is unique. I also think... We didn't talk about the price yet, but I have the receipt.
Oh, yeah, let's look at the price.
It was not expensive.
No, it was not. And 2
gelatis were $14.50 plus tax.
That's not much.
And they were, like we said,
huge.
Absolutely massive. So we paid $16. If you paid cash, there was no, like, other fee or anything. And I put the remaining, because it was 15 and change with tax, and I put the, like, 55 cents or whatever in the tip jar, because I just didn't want to put it back in my purse.
I would have taken it, but okay. She deserved it.
She deserved more of a tip than we gave her, to be honest, but...
Mm-hmm. And... Wait, where'd the tier list go?
What?
Bring it back. All right. So... Where does your instinct tell you to put it?
Well, because my instinct says after Sweet Ice Creamery.
You think?
I do. Because I think
they had so many options.
They have both of them have a lot of options. It's hard for me.
You know what?
But maybe
we're both willing to compromise, I feel like.
Yeah.
You know what? I just feel like Luigi's and Strollo's are, like, very similar, except Strollo's specializes in flavors, and Luigi's just has more options. That's why they're so close in my brain, because Strollo's has the best consistency, and Luigi's has the most flavors.
All right, so how about let's do it then. Put Uncle Luigi's 4th on the A tier after Strollo's. Now what? Now you're second guessing it?
Okay, fine. We'll do it. It took a second.
I'm going to start playing the Jeopardy theme music in a minute.
Yes.
All right.
So, well, that's what we shall do.
That's what we'll do.
We'll put it in the A tier next to Strollo's Lighthouse, because I think that they both specialize in 2 separate things, but they're both, like, really good. At least in my opinion, they're both, like, equally good.
Agreed. I'm excited because I think Strollo's just reopened for the season.
Oh, they did?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, I think we gotta do a revisit of that pretty soon, too.
I'm up for it.
Alrighty.
All right, then, yeah. Do you want to sign us off, Holly?
Sorry. I had, like, a stomach thing for a second. I'm okay. Everything is okay. Everything is awesome it's cool when you're part of a team. So, thank you as always for listening to Scoop's podcast. This has been episode number 33. Follow us if you haven't already done so on Instagram, YouTube, etc., Facebook. Make sure to follow, like, and subscribe so you always know where to go for your frozen favorites. If you are willing and able, feel free to donate to our Ko-fi account so we can keep buying ice cream as long as, we can.
Yes.
And as per usual, the best way to support us is always by tuning in and listening, so be sure to tune in next week for a review of a charming cafe selling coffee concoctions and homemade gelato.
Very charming.
Mm-hmm.
Very moveless.
That's not going to be funny for a whole week.
So?
It's all good. All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.